Welcome guys, my name is Sebastian. Today I want to talk to you about why Volvos are good trucks and why I think you should consider buying one, and why you should consider buying one, and which models you should learn about, because it's about the emissions that make Volvos unreliable like everything else, not the brand itself. So my favorite, starting from the early 2000s, you had in the old chassis there were two engines. One was N14 and 12.7 Detroit that were, you could still buy them in the old chassis of that previous, that was up until 2003. They upgraded the look in 2003 and 4, which we have right behind me, that I'm working on. I have one behind me. I usually have some Volvos in the shop, but first we cleaned the shop with all projects, and I was hoping coming in the morning to have one. This is the only one that's a longer project that we're working on, so I want to shoot it here so you can see it. But I do have quite a significant number of those Volvos from the 2004 2007, is because what I'm going to talk next is the reliability of them and why I think they're good trucks. 2000, like I said, 2003, you could spec them with N14 and Detroit 12.7. So that's definitely a good truck if you can find one that's been taken care of. I actually saw one on Facebook. The guy was asking some crazy money for it, but it was immaculate, perfect condition. I think he was asking 38,000, which was crazy, but after overhaul and everything. But I think if you find one that has good maintenance records and from an owner that took care of it, then it's definitely a good truck to buy. And then the newer chassis, because the newest is it just came out, the updated one, but the 2004 to 2017 look, which is the one behind me, is the one that you 04 to 07, either Cummins, or you could only buy it with Volvo VD12, and then you could also spec it with the Cummins engine, and had one of those, sold it. I should probably talk about it more, but for the sake of this video, I'm not gonna talk about that. It was a lot less reliable than the Volvo engine, so I got rid of it. And what is right now, I seek out those D12s with low mileage, because they're one of the most reliable engines in my opinion. And the reason I think Volvos in general are a good truck is because if you take the same year any other truck, the fit and finish, the quality is a lot better on those Volvos than anything else. And they just hold up against time a lot better than Freightliners, for that matter. The other thing is they're aerodynamic, so you can get a pretty good fuel mileage. I would say my D12s, when I tracked it, when I drove regionally in Chicago throughout seasons, it was about 6.5. My best ones were 7.1, depending on how I was running, what I was pulling. But definitely something that you can look into and learn more about if you're thinking about buying and being an owner operator. So definitely I recommend learning about them. I think they're really good trucks, very reliable. I would say be careful after 2008, and again, it's emissions that make them unreliable like every other brand. Just make sure you learn, but definitely good trucks, aerodynamic, very reliable, good quality fit and finish. And if you care about looks and you're into classic looks like what I have on my shirt, obviously that's a completely different way to go. You can do that, and that's fine. But if you're just looking to make money and you want to start with something that's reliable and will serve you good, and then definitely Volvos are a good option. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you soon.